Hello, hello. Life actually confuses me nowadays heavily, and I will tell you that. So I'm going to be playing some Wobbly Thunder until further notice, or until I'm happy. I doubt I will be, since I barely got any fucking sleep. So, for those of you who are hoping that maybe Wobbly's in a good mood, uh, yeah, Wobbly's on a 50-50 split. For anybody who's awake at this time in the morning, I gotta say, I condone you. Not condone you, but I guess my condolences for anybody who's half awake. Yeah, I pretty much just spent my time scarfing down some drinks, which was Wobbly's favorite Dunkin' Donuts coffee. So I had Dunkin' Donuts brownie mix, or whatever they call it, brownie batter donut, whatever they call it. I think that's what it's called. But yeah, positively delicious. No regrets on the drink of choice. Wobbly's pretty happy, at least for the time being. Um, yeah, been an alright morning. I'm waiting for the day of work to start, and Wobbly's content creation days are definitely going to be numbered. Monkey cheese. Come back. Yes, come back. I want to face you head on. Thought that would play out differently. Oh well. But yeah, totally awake. Morning is going alright. Didn't think that through. Oh well. Oh, oh, oh. Wobbly. My dear sweet Wobbly. Oh, he's spinning out of control. Well, that took a little longer than expected. Yay, that must have taken out his gunner. Nope. Might as well grab this. I mean, there's no way I'm gonna win anyways. I'm not gonna lie, right now I'm wearing my work boots, just getting the day going. I'm actually tired, but honest truth is, you know, coffee wakes you up. And, you know, the more you're awake, the happier you are. I'm starting to feel a bit of pain in my chest. Where's the Q model? For Queen. Ooh, smackaroony. Well, that was unfortunate. That was cheesy. I got my day-to-day Lamborghini. And I'm eating a nice bowl of fettuccine. Playing with a panini. Zamboni. Yeah, what I teach you, boy? Yeah. Pop, 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 pop. Yeah. Yep. I thought I was gonna sound. I thought I'd get the sumo slammer this dude. Oh my god, it's Shambergeddon. That only proved it. Well, I only got so much to work with here, so let's see. Come on, gunner guy. Your job's to shoot at him. Thank you. I know this guy's closing in on my ass, so I'm gonna have to fix that. Well, I still hit him. Not enough to deal enough damage, but enough for me to get at least a few blows in. Gonna dive on in, land on the field. I gotta get my 0 up to hero status. Man goes to jail for attempting to hump a frog. Yeah, I understand My Hero Academia is Asui is pretty good looking for a drawing, but leave nature alone. Suckers! Yeah. Goodbye, Fräulein! Come on, bro. How you gonna give me all that? You know what? No, I'm going with that. I need to get that. I gotta make that cap. I don't have a choice, but I have pro-choice. And there's no such thing as pro-choice for anybody who knows this. It's just like the freaking, is the glass half full or half empty thing. There is no pro-choice. People always say there's pro-choice, and there isn't. Pro-choice is actually a lie. That's like saying, oh, pro-choice is, going for abortion. That's not pro-choice. That is simply a pronounced function. Boop. Need parts, plus XP. But I will try to get rid of this Donia 217E. That's at 0.40 kilometers from the essential target. This gives me plenty of time to hit my target. This means I could be at a much shorter distance if I want to impact the target. So with that being in mind, it means I could vomit all these rockets directly at the F4U Corsair system. We can win if we KO the last remaining soldiers. See if my A6 M6C model, which is a customized variation, meaning not an official model. Yeah, ain't working out for you, isn't it, buddy? Come on, bro. That should have blown his ass up. You mean to tell me none of those missiles that I deployed when he was already within range hit him? What kind of dog water bull crap are you trying to pull here? Well, we better start putting in research into the ammunition belts. With this one, I was a little surprised that I actually managed to get some of the things that I wanted out of it. So, pretty happy with the results. Overall, this is a pretty nimble plane. It's good for plane hunting. His rate of fire on his 37mm could use some work. However, the ammunition selection for that vehicle is robust, so it makes it very useful. Not going to complain, the Japanese did have good ideas with their planes. And due to limited ammunition and materialistic properties, because they weren't going to destroy Mount Fuji to get all the metal that they wanted, or completely take out an entire mountain to get the material resources that they need. During the early days of the war in Japan, these people loved their country so much that they needed the exported resources from outside of their nation in order to accommodate for the material that was necessary. They cared about the materialistic function of the landscape and to keep it looking as natural as possible. Some of these national landmarks and what I would call treasures of their country is the consistency of Mount Fuji and several other locations, including the shrines. They're what they That's basically what they have left of their feudal era of existence and during the Empire Age. So, in preservance of their entire history of cultural ideals. Another way that I'm trying to explain it is that I genuinely appreciate how they've kept their landscape pretty well maintained. Although technically there is a chance that somebody has been digging under Japan and literally taking everything that supports the country's entire structure from under their feet, essentially stealing the land from under them. There are people within their country that what I consider to be corrupt. This rolls deep within the political side of Japanese function. Although these members are Japanese, I wouldn't quite say that these individuals are worthy of such an ideal. As a man of ideal and honor, I myself follow specified rules. I carry honor to some extent, but once you tarnish that honor, what I do afterwards will not matter. Because I guarantee you, my foot will be entering your rear. I'm a peaceful man until you fuck it all up. So, there you go. Wobbly's a peaceful man until you screw that all up. And then after that, I'm going to be like General Scar trying to give Billy 3 seasons beatings for annoying the crap out of him for 3 seasons of the Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy. Always love yourself. Appreciate the things you have. If you live in Japan, appreciate what time you have remaining in your country. Because you never know, well, when everything might just fall under your feet. Again, outside interference is what usually links the whole ideal function, and this is quote unquote what I'll state, is entirely why I state that it's a little strange that Japan experiences earthquakes. I know it was normal for the country to experience it considering its geological location. However, for the frequency and type of disasters that seem to continue to occur involving undersea quakes far away from their land is also another growing concern of mine. This is why I always state, outside interference happens to be a very strange but notable function. Divide and conquer seems to be a lot of everyone's favorite dish lately. And because of that simple factor, I have to continue to observe and monitor before I continue to cast any further judgment. Even though it will be judgment indeed. It's like I tell most people, never believe that you're off the hook, because there's a pretty good chance I'll put you right back on it. And I'll make you sit on it while it's on fire. The J1N1. This one's a good aircraft. Remember, there are many nations in the world that wish to undermine that country. It is my job to document and monitor all activity, including fake Japanese naval vessels. So far, there's an official Japanese naval vessel that is roaming around between the borders between them and China, and this vessel seems to have a very peculiar group on board and a few executives Although they cannot legally binding, in a quote-unquote legally binding argument based, dig out the resources from Japan by digging out the material themselves from the structures above land. However, they've chosen to dig under their country for the materials. All these mine shafts and tunnels and natural gas pockets will eventually lead to underground explosions causing earthquakes and the destabilization of all the land in their country. China has destabilizing land because of the general function that their country underwent, and a lot of these general functions are attributed by reclaimed land, meaning farmland, land that was used for farming back in the older days of its existence. When I say back in the older days of their existence, China had a lot of issues with their land and maintenance of it, as the reclaimed supposed land was being reclaimed for reasons known only to the Chinese, and the Japanese have a similar issue with reclaimed land. The farm wetlands that used to be wetlands of nothing but farmland and everything has made a selection of soil in Japan quite robust and rich in some areas. Some of this soil is untapped material and potential. However, due to substantial issues, it has become a breaking point in their country. Every country has its flaws. Of course, the Japanese have come up with extremely clever methods in order to preserve soil, clay, and numerous other things, which allows me to say I can give them a round of applause because some of their inventive ideas are used here in the United States to preserve soil. I don't know what just happened right there, but for a second it was like all the controls of my airplane broke. Essentially what I wanted to state. Land is only as good as the place it is built under, but you need to know if the land is reclaimed material. Essentially, any land that is reclaimed is essentially dangerous to live on for at least a few hundred years. Trying to connect to the television on YouTube over there in front of the house, but no, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to allow it to connect to my account, so I click cancel, it shuts it down. We're constantly watching all the methods in the world that are being used to preserve land. In America, your fruits and vegetables will begin to lose their ability to satiate your hunger. For those of you who are wondering why, it's because the genetic structure of not only food, but human beings are becoming more and more thinned out. And when I quote unquote say thinned out, I mean the structure of the genetic function is being destroyed. Your own DNA is slowly eating away at itself in order to create a new mutation. Some people have an unbearably unhealthy and uninsatiable hunger, meaning they cannot cure or quail their hunger. So sometimes people eat until they explode. Figure of speech, explode being the word. They basically eat until the point where their stomach pops. It's genuinely dangerous for the human body to ingest an incredible amount of food, and to be honest, the human body can only handle so much food in a single setting. 12 ounces of food is too much for your stomach to handle in a single setting, so it could cause your stomach to burst if you're really unlucky. Oh really, he gets the kill, but I don't. You know, I'm getting tired of you selling my ass out, Gaijin. I'm really getting tired of you selling my ass out, bro. You're selling my ass out to give them the kill. They're the ones who crashed into me. You gotta be goddamn kidding me, dude. Get tired of that sellout crap. But yeah, back to what I was saying. Yeah, genuinely, I just get tired of certain functions and certain things in the world, but I have seen enough to know that the planet is going to last too much longer. And the jackasses that are surrounding you, what you call your government, the select few, are preparing to abandon you on your own home world. And they're going to leave you to fend for yourself. In that time, there won't be any government structure, and they will likely shut down all electricity and water purification, leaving you to die. And since there are very evil people in this world already, these motherfuckers ain't gonna help you with not even a near drop of water. So, essentially, you're basically screwed. And that's all I have to say. I wish it could be greater news of much better quality, but the odds are they're not gonna care if you're starving. And I must admit, that's literally how most of the times these countries and stuff like that and big nations work. They don't give a damn if you're starving to death. At least you know Wobbly cares enough in order to let you know the ugly truth, because without it, well, I wouldn't say you wouldn't be here. Yeah, this works, stealth belts. But yeah, this is something that I like to point out for the people who really don't know too much. But it just takes a little bit of studying. You know, do your studying. Well, looks like Wobbly's stream's gonna come to an end. For anybody who catches this in the morning, you know, congratulations, you managed to catch the early bird special. Right? But yeah, genuinely enjoy things in life. Take care of yourself. Oh, And remember, just for logical reasons, for those of you who may not know about agricultural function, you know where all these countries and stuff like that have these volcanic explosions just randomly happening because it's time for it to go off anyways? Well, these little magical countries that some people are interested in finding out information about. Better land the plane anyways, I'm gonna have to go in a little bit. Wow, this thing actually took that impact well. Oh, only if I had swerved just enough. This guy wasn't speeding into me, hoping that it would blow me up. Because then that'll be very poor, even for me. That would be very poor taste if somebody were to speed up towards me just so they can crash into me, taking me out. Fortunately for me, this isn't RB where that can probably happen on the freaking airfield. Having an issue with transfer of blood in my left arm. Need to massage it. So you know when you start feeling pain in your left or right arm, it's because there's not enough blood flow. I'm gonna start lifting weights again. I took a break for about 2 weeks. Normally I can't lift 40 pounds of metal because of some kind of issue between me and Earth's gravity. And it's not because I lack the actual muscle. I don't have too much of a problem with rubber, if it's like pieces of rubber and stuff, but when it comes to everything else, like metal, for some reason it weighs more than necessary. My body doesn't know how to deal with that. Well, it's like I tell most people, there's something between me and Earth's gravity that just don't get along too well. Repaired in time, so you gave me an extra 10 seconds on the battlefield over here. Hopefully I'll be repaired up in the air before the next one falls. I got a strong headwind. Should be enough to get me picked up off the ground. I better immediately start turning left since they're dropping bombs on the airfield. Plane's still a little slow, a little sluggish. And then again, after beating like Mike Tyson beating the crap out of a freaking featherweight dude, I guess it would be low. mobility, at least for the time being. I did technically take a beating before making that 2.5-minute landing procedure process of repairing. Would have been touch and go if I didn't take more damage. Yeah, those guys kind of bent that one out of place. Oh, so between me and the act, no. Oh, that buzz killed him. If you're tuning into this video, well, I guess this live stream, sorry. I keep calling it a video, even though it's live. Well, if you're tuning into this live stream, you know, congratulations. You managed to catch the early bird special. That's what I'm going to start calling it. Even though I know it isn't an early bird special when you're just lucky you got here at all. To see this early in the morning. Just before I go to work. I got my shoes on and everything. What my stepfather doesn't tell me, or whether or not if he says anything at all, will determine whether or not if I go to work in the morning. If it turns out that I don't have anything ready for me and I'm going to be stuck here for another few days, then it doesn't really bother me. I'll always go the next day. Yay. Yeah, it definitely was an eye for an eye. Thank you, game, for recognizing that. I had to use them as butt paper. Whoa. Yeah. What the hell, button, you loser? Freaking eject. I'm trying to save my pilot so everyone else can get burned on fire for all I care. Well, thanks for tuning in, guys.